Kit Kats can read. Hey everyone, today is a Monday. It's the first day of the week, which means a new weekly reading and life vlog for you guys. So I really need to start cutting what I talk about down, because last week's vlog was also really long, 1 hour and a half. I did cut it down from 2 hours, so I feel like I did pretty good about that. I'm actually currently in the study because I'm printing off my journal sheets as I go. So I don't know if you guys know, but I use these journals and I actually got them from the Booktubeathon that happened. They're these ones, but I have adapted some of them so that I can use them as a reading journal for daily. Basically what I mean by that is I'll quickly share with you. I've managed to half the page. These were on a full page, and I've added writing at the bottom saying what do you plan to read next. So these journals I find really help me to get my reading up, and I just sit in here and I literally just use these and I just copy from them. I find it's a lot easier, to be honest, to do it this way, to just copy them and get it done. And then I will cut them to a size to go on a little clipboard, and basically it will be that the small little A5 says day one, and then behind it will be a reading journal bit, and not necessarily reading. I literally write what I do in the day as well, because I always find that what you do in the day sort of determines how your reading goes for that day as well. And also I can look back and be oh my yeah, I did that, or that happened, I can look back and be oh, why didn't I read a lot that day? Was it because of that? Was it because I wasn't in the mood and stuff? So it's a really sort of great way of helping you sort of keep track of your reading. So I thought I'd vlog for you guys in here to sort of multitask and catch up with y'all, because I haven't actually vlogged today yet. It's currently I think near 4 PM anyway. I've been quite productive today, so I kind of finalised the end of my new TBR game, which I'm really excited. It's going to be going up during this week. I've got a few videos to go out first, including the vlog from last week, my December book haul, and then my announcement for the actual TBR game. I'm really excited about it. I spent the whole of Sunday evening planning it and sticking it together, and I'm really happy with it. It's my own TBR game, and yeah, I mean it's it probably comes across as of a generic TBR game because of colours correspond to genre sort of thing, part of it. But you know what, I've put my own tools that I can swap the colours around 1 month if I've got more of one than the other sort of thing. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to using it for February. I'm actually really excited, and like I say, it took a lot of work to get done, but this way I can literally sort out my life, sort out my reading life. But I'm really excited to use it as well, and I think it's going to be absolutely brilliant. So I've been very productive sorting out the TBR game. I was finalising this morning because there's part of the TBR game that if you land on the section of the picture that says treat your shelves, then you can literally it gives you kind of a book token in order to purchase a book. Not necessarily at the time, but you can put it in your basket and purchase it at the end of the month or payday or whatever. So I had this brilliant idea. As soon as I filmed the video, I was why didn't I think of this? So I managed to film an extra clip of it, and I was oh, why don't I have my wish list books in a jar, so that when I do actually land on that square, I can pick a random book out of that, and that is a book that I purchased. And I sorted out my wish list today as well, so that took quite a bit of time, and obviously writing all the books are on my wish list too. There's quite a lot. I've just moved them around from and I'm watching Bookshed videos at the same time, and I think I added about 3 books to my wish list because of those videos. But that's the whole point of books. So I'm really excited. I've got the jar now. I'm just looking forward to using this TBR game for next month. I won't be able to use it just yet. So yeah, really excited about it. I'm glad that I've got it now, and just it gives me the chance to just do something different, and I'm just really sort of excited about it. I've literally just finished printing off my TBR. I've literally just finished printing off my journal bits of paper. I've decided to leave these on the printer because the cats are always knocking it off underneath the coffee table, and it's a very, very irritating thing. So I've got them all printed now. As you can see here, day 7 journal. I like writing down what I do. I find these help with my reading as well. I find, you know, I can look back at, you know, days where I read really well, and then I can be like, oh, what can I do today, you know, to read a lot better and stuff. And then there's like a little piece of paper that I created at the end that will go at the end of the week, and it's literally questions of like, you know, how many pages did you read this week? How many books did you read this week? Did you read any review books or audiobooks or ebooks? And what can you do to make your reading a lot better for next week, and that sort of thing. It's kind of like a little wrap up of the reading journal. So if you guys want to do something very similar, then you know what, feel free to. But I did purchase this journal for the Booktubeathon, so I had it as a PDF, and I just kind of like adapted it for like my own use. Obviously I'm not going to sell it or anything, it's literally just for my own use. So yeah, if you guys like think it's a brilliant idea, I say definitely go for it. You can create your own really, like, you know, just literally type up like day 1 to 7 and then put some lines in it, and you know what, you can just do a little mini thing of like, you know, like day 1, what you're reading, how many pages you're going to read, do boxes for the spirits. You can do it in a bullet journal, you know, but this is just what I do. And then I file it away in a file. I'll quickly share with you last year's one when I started it. I think I started it in like September or something crazy, but like, here's my folder from last year. As you can tell, a lot of paperwork, and here we have it. I might end up eventually going round to putting it on a website maybe. I've got like my Kit Kats Can Read like book site, so I might like end up like typing it up every day sort of thing. I don't really know yet what I'm gonna do, because obviously I don't really want to be on paper all the time, but I quite like writing. You see, I quite like writing down my updates and stuff. So yeah, so I've just literally done that. So yeah, sorted out my new TBR game, and then I watched a bit more of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I watched some more of it last night. I finished The Gilmore Girls A Year in a Life. I literally was like, oh my god, how can it end on the cliffhanger? Crazy. But because of COVID, it's sort of delayed the possibility of there being a second season of the new Gilmore Girls series, and I'm just like, well, this sucks. So hopefully when all this virus is over, it'll be alright. Today I feel really strange in my throat and sinus area. I don't know what's going on, but my throat here, like literally here, the glands here are swollen. Normally when it's swollen it means I'm just generally not feeling well. I don't know why it is. It was starting to feel like it last night, and then I woke up like it today. I was like, oh seriously, I have taken some paracetamol, but I'm really, really sinusy. My nose is running, or it's really stuffy. It's just really, really irritating me. So yeah, it's just not good. I haven't done any gardening today. I just, you know, because I was feeling like this, you know, it does make me feel quite crappy, and because of that I'm not feeling great. So, you know, I didn't have really the motivation to go outside. You know, I've been feeling quite cold today as well. Currently quite freezing, although this room is quite freezing, so it probably doesn't help. So yeah, I've just literally put my bed socks on just to warm myself up, and I've been sat down for quite a bit just because I'm sorting out the TBR video, and I've been watching Bookshed videos, and I edited and filmed my Kit Kats TBR game, and I also have edited and am uploading now my vlog from last week. So again, another little bit of video editing. So I've been quite productive ever since, you know, yesterday with the gardening, and also with creating this TBR game. So I've been quite productive in that sense, and again today I've been quite productive. So I haven't actually sat down to do any reading yet, so I'm hoping now that I've got everything sorted and out of the way, I can actually finally sit down and relax. Although I'm probably going to end up falling asleep because we went to bed really, really late, sort of like this morning. I want to say like 4 AM. So yeah, and I was up at like, I want to say like 9:30, 10:45, so I hadn't really had a lot of sleep, so that probably could be also affecting my sinuses. But yeah, so I just wanted to quickly let you know that's what I've been up to today and what I would be, you know, up to later. Just sort of like relaxing and trying to catch up on some reading. I want to sit down and do like quite a bit of reading. I want to finish The Near Witch. I've literally only got a few pages left of it, and then I want to read the novella that's at the end of the book so that the book is complete. And then I can go on towards like what I want to read next, which is for the year-a-thon that is literally starting today. That's why I wanted to like finish this book yesterday, but I just didn't. I was just too busy sorting out this TBR game. So I was going to like pick up Made You Up for the hashtag year-a-thon readathon that's happening this week. The theme this week is to read non-hyped books, so like non-popular books. Basically any sort of what you would say is an unhyped book, whether it is, you know, a book that not a lot of people talk about, or maybe a book that used to be hyped and maybe isn't so hyped anymore. At the moment is unhyped, so that could still count towards it, you know. So yeah, basically a book, do a lot of people talk about it, or you can go by ratings on Goodreads. Does it have a lot of ratings? Could it be by a self-published author, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I've got a few books in line for that. So I'm probably going to start with Made You Up just because it's my unwrapped book, but I would like to start that this evening if possible and see what I think about it. It is a HarperCollins book and I tend to like their releases, so fingers crossed that I do. But yeah, now that I've got my journals all sorted, I think I'm going to like get myself like a hot cup of tea and just sit down and just do some reading. The vlog is just going to take probably the rest of the day and maybe the early hours of the morning to upload because it's an hour and a half long, and that's how long it took the last time I uploaded a video. So yeah, fingers crossed anyway. So I'm going to head off now, and I should hopefully speak to you guys at some point tomorrow. I'm working 7 AM to 2:30 PM tomorrow, and yeah, I've got a cooking session going on tomorrow. I think we're cooking sausages and mash. I have cooked it before at work and it went reasonably well. So yeah, looking forward to cooking that again. Yeah, I always enjoy my Tuesdays actually because I do enjoy the cooking sessions. I think they're really, really fun. I like cooking. I enjoy doing it. This is why I can't wait to get the new place so that, you know, it will come with an oven and everything, and an oven and a hob. At the moment we've just got like one of those electrical microwavable like, you know, oven hob mini things that you plug in, and it's horrible. So, I mean, it's alright for what you gotta do, but yeah, it's not like the greatest thing ever. It's 11 PM. I just wanted to let you know that I finished The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab. I just sat here and I couldn't believe it. I literally had 2 pages left. What an idiot. So I finished it. And then I was sitting here and I was trying to think about like what to rate it and then what I thought about it and everything. And the last, I suppose, 50 pages of the book, I did sit with the idea of 4.5 stars. And I kind of like kept with that rating even at the end. I feel like I really wish there was a big punch in this book, like, you know, a real big twister, a real big shocker, like that somebody was perhaps related to the Near Witch or something. That would have really, to me, have, you know, made it like, oh my god, what? Dun dun dun. I always like to be kept on my toes, I always like to be, you know, thrown a bit off balance, and never knowing what to expect. Definitely had a really sort of like creepy atmosphere vibe to the book though, and I really did enjoy that to it. But for me, it was really good for a debut, and I really enjoyed buddy reading it along with Barbara. I'm happy that I read it, so, you know, it's it's nice that I finally got around to reading it. And you know, considering that it's a fairly recent purchase as well, and I've gotten around to reading it, like, for me, that's really good too. So also the handy thing is, a year-a-thon has started today, and the challenge is to read underhyped books or underrated books. And to me, this is quite an underrated book, especially for Victoria Schwab. Not a lot of people talk about this book, and so I feel like finishing this would actually count towards the year-a-thon as well, which is why I'm thinking of continuing on with reading the novella that's at the back of this book, called The Ashford Boy. It's only about 50 pages long, roughly around that, so that could be read towards the year-a-thon as well, because that novella isn't really a novella that anybody really talks about either. I've not heard it from any of the booktubers that I follow, and I follow quite a lot, to be honest. So to me, both this book and the novella are quite underrated. Then when I finish The Ashbourne Boy, I do want to go on to, and I got it ready, my unwrapped book, which is Made for You by Melissa Marr, and I would like to get this read. I probably won't get it read before Wednesday, because Wednesday is when the Read Your Bookshelf-a-thon begins, and I'm starting with Geekerella, I believe, for that one, and I think I'm running sprints on the Wednesday morning as well, so yeah, so I'll just have to maybe try and like slot it in, or maybe read it at the same time as the year-a-thon. I'm not really entirely sure. I'm gonna have to try and like mix these two readathons together. I hate when readathons clash, especially when I'm co-hosting them and stuff. It's just like, oh my goodness, like I'm co-hosting both of these readathons and they literally like clash with each other. So I don't know how it's gonna go, but yeah, I would like to begin Made for You after I read this little novella. So I'm gonna like lay down and I'm gonna try and give this a little bit of a read. My throat is completely swollen still. It's been swollen all day. It's got that horrible scratchy feel when I talk, and when I swallow I can feel it. I've taken paracetamol today. I might take another one before bed. I don't think the paracetamol is really helping though, to be honest. I think what will help definitely is a bit of rest. I just feel really sort of like, I feel lethargic, I feel really rough and under the weather, and I don't know why. It's very, very bizarre. I've just come back fallen ill again after a few days. I just thought I'd update you on my reading, and hopefully I can speak to you guys at some point tomorrow. It's Tuesday, and yes, I feel just as terrible as I look. I have spent the whole day suffering with a horrible sore throat. Sometimes I was, doing something, be keeping busy enough to not like be thinking about it, but every time I sort of went down to rest, I had a reminder that it was there and scratching against my throat and everything. It's horrible. I've had this sore throat. I am assuming it's just to do with sinuses. I've literally just come out of a cold, and then I was alright for a few days last week, and then I started feeling unwell Wednesday evening, and then my throat was starting to be funny on the Monday, throughout the day as well, if I remember actually. And at first I was like, was it to do with the fact that I went out into the garden on Sunday and I did some gardening and it was cold and everything? Or, I don't know, could it just be a virus? Could it be like, I don't know, something like when my gums bleed when I brush my teeth? Could this like somehow cause this? I don't really know. They're really bad right now, but I have already taken some ibuprofen and paracetamol. Taking my multivitamins as well. I've drunk plenty today of like water or squash. I've actually only had about 2 cups of tea today, and one hot chocolate. I'm about to have another hot chocolate. It's just down there in my little penguin mug. You'll see it just there. Can you see that jug of squash there? Yeah, I've been drinking loads. Now I'm currently in the living room because I am uploading a video to a Google Drive. I'm sending it through an email to Barbara. She's asked me to do a 5 books I would recommend her video. It's going to go towards like a book video that she would like to do. So I'm just sort of like staying up, just waiting for it to upload. The annoying thing is the laptop does go on a bit of a strange little frenzy. We had some dinner, me and Aaron. Aaron was off work today. So I watched the last couple of episodes of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and the other day I finished the latest episode in the Gilmore Girls The Year in Her Life, and that broke my heart because it ends on a cliffhanger. And now the last final 2 episodes of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina ever, and I got very teary, let's just say that. Really pulled at my heartstrings, and it was very emotional, and Aaron was watching it with me, and it took a lot of just a lot of motivation, and I'm trying to think of the word, but like to really try not to cry in front of him. Like, I was just like, oh, I could feel tears coming, but I won't do it because I don't want to show weakness. So yeah, determination, I suppose you could say. I was determined not to cry, but I could feel my eyes getting quite watery. I've got my hot chocolate anyway, so I'll sit down with my hot chocolate. I'll try and do a little bit of reading, but I'll get my headphones and I'll try and find an audiobook or something, or maybe just to watch some BookShed videos. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool if I can plug that into my laptop or something to do. But for now, I'll charge my phone. So yeah, anyways people, I'm gonna head off now, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys very soon. It's Wednesday morning, it's 7:30, and yes, it's still dark. Can't believe it. 7:30 in the morning, dark like it's 5 p.m, like it's crazy. Or, you know, in the summer, dark like it's 9 p.m. It's very strange. I have been sleeping in the lounge the whole evening. I needed to send this video to Barbara through email, and it was sending a Google Drive link. However, the laptop would fall asleep and like turn off sort of thing. So I had to keep waking it up. So I woke up like every hour, every 2 hours, just quickly turned on the laptop again and let it go. Luckily, when the laptop sleeps, it still kind of is uploading and it just picks up where it left off. So I did that several times throughout the night and early hours of the morning. And then I just remember at one point this morning, waking up. I was kind of like half asleep, but I woke up and I was like, oh, it literally just says send. And I was like, yes, I can send it now. So I sent it. It's done. Hopefully Barbara gets it okay. I can use it for a video and stuff, but fingers crossed anyway. So yeah, so the sent, and it hit like 6:30 and I was like, okay, the cats are awake, might as well sort their food out. And I'm going to tell you a little story, and you're probably going to laugh at me because I've already laughed at myself, but at the same time I'm like, really Katie, really? So I only realised it yesterday when I came home from work and I gave the cats some more food, that the box of cat food that I bought last week when I was having that rant that everyone had bought the cat food, well, kitten food, somehow I picked up a box of dog food. A box of dog food was amongst the box of cat food. So I picked up a box of dog food, took it to the till and bought it, and I've been giving the cats dog food. This morning I gave them cat food, don't worry. Did have a COVID test due today, I think, anyway. I think we get them on a Wednesday or a Thursday. We have weekly tests now. We literally had an email saying we're going to have weekly tests now, which is good. For me, I feel better like having a weekly test. It's kind of like a big peace of mind for myself. myself and for everybody else. So I should be having one either today or tomorrow. So that would, you know, it'd be alright. So yeah, I don't really know. I'm feeling quite tired, but it's starting to get light outside since I've been speaking to you. How long have I been talking for? It's just starting to get lighter. As soon as it's proper light, as in like, you know, probably like 8 a.m, maybe like 8:30, I'm gonna go into the Bookshed and grab my first read for the Read Your Bookshelf, which I believe is Geekarella. So I'm gonna grab that so I can start reading that during the sprints today. That'd be really good if I could join in. Sprinting will help. But hosting sprints and participating in sprints sometimes is a bit difficult. Like multitasking, you have to really concentrate. Like, be like, hello, first sprint. I think I'll probably do like the first sprint at like 10:05, for like half an hour or something like that, and then I can, you know, and then I'll read. But then one of the sprints I gotta like during, you know, midway through the sprint, I've literally got to be like, are you still sprinting? If not, get on it. You know, and I'm thinking of like using Mr. Evil Banana. And if you guys have finished Sabrina as well, let me know down below what you thought about it. And if you haven't watched this TV show yet, get on it. It's really good. It's a darker, the comedy Sabrina. And actually, speaking of the comedy Sabrina, there is a surprise, like the episode before last, there are some characters from the comedy Sabrina Teenage Witch. It's like, not really a spoiler. Well, maybe. It's more like a surprise. I'm not saying who, so actually. So, you know, there might be some characters from the original, like, comedy Sabrina that have entered into the chilling adventures of Sabrina. I will get myself all ready, and then I think until then I will read this novella at the back of this book, The Ashford Boy. I did start Made For You last night during like a little sprint, and I was enjoying like what I read. I only read a few pages, so it was quite interesting. So yeah, we'll see how I go from there, but for now I will speak to you all very soon. Hey BookTube, today is Friday and I'm just gonna kind of like update you on stuff. So yesterday I didn't really do a lot. I've been feeling well, to be honest, and I hosted some reading sprints in the evening to hopefully like cheer some people up, and I had like quite a good time. But today I've woken up and I still don't feel well. My throat is very sore, it's very swollen. I got told by the doctor yesterday that I could have viral tonsillitis, but he sent some antibiotics anyway, so I should get them in the post hopefully within the next couple of days with Royal Mail 48-hour service. So we shall see if I still have this, and you know, and I can take the antibiotics and hopefully they'll clear up whatever infection I've got. So yeah, I'm off work obviously because of that, because where I work is with vulnerable people and they said themselves they don't want anybody to catch any infection. I was like, that's perfectly fine, I understand. Obviously because it's still within my 6th month probation, I don't get paid unfortunately. So yeah, it's a bit of a sucky situation. So I'm feeling a little bit better today. I noticed that it wasn't raining, so I thought I'm gonna sort these books out today. Just before that though, I started to feel really low because someone had responded to something that I tweeted where I was sort of saying like, if I ever created a Patreon, I don't think anybody would ever subscribe to my Patreon, and you know, even if I did do a Patreon, I wouldn't even charge because I'm a complete, you know, nobody. I'm not popular on Booktube. You know, I've been doing Booktube for 8 years and I'm still a nobody, you know. I'm obviously not liked because of that,
And yeah, I mean, I am very self-critical. It's part of my anxiety, depression. I always will be like that. I can't help it. I always try to like love myself and everything, and I always try to enjoy booktube and everything, but at the same time it is quite disheartening when you get some people who join booktube and then a few months later they have surpassed you, and then you sort of start to think like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why am I so unliked and stuff? So I am being very, very self-critical on myself today. And I put a poll up asking people if I did have a Patreon, where I charged like, I don't know, 50p or £1 a month, would they subscribe to it? And I literally had like 2 votes of no straight away, which sent my anxiety flying. I then actually had like a tear in my eye and I just deleted the poll. I was just like, this was a bad idea, I didn't want to do this poll anyway. I just, you know, was curious, but you know, I get 2 no votes, and then I just said, look, I've deleted that poll. What's the point of, you know, I don't know, I do feel a little bit like, what's the point of booktube and stuff. So it is a bit disheartening. So I'm having a bit of a bad day this morning, so that's why I've come out to the shed as well, to hopefully like burn off some steam. It's freezing today. I'm literally like in a t-shirt and a jumper, and it is really freezing today. Definitely feels like it's 3 degrees or lower. But yeah, it's really, really cold. I'm just gonna move some boxes. I'm gonna put the books at the back of the shed into all these boxes and box them up. And then what I want to do is I want to push the big bookshelf to the back, just for now, and then these other books can be in these boxes. I'm going to take pictures of these books in the boxes too, so I know what books are in them, so that I can access them still. I just kind of want to like prep ready for when I do get a new summer house shed sort of thing. So yeah, Katie's feeling a bit blue, but you know, I'll be alright. Like, it's just, you know, it's just a phase. I get it every now and then where I just feel a bit sad because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel really low. Like I say, like, I'm not popular. I do what I can, and if nobody likes it, nobody likes it, but I do my best. But it's just, I sometimes do wonder, like, what do I do wrong? But yeah, I'm gonna sort this bookshed today. As you can see behind me, there's just boxes and boxes, and I just can't get to any of those books. And I want to film a video today about the Shadowhunter series for Barbara, and I can't do it because I can't get to it. I'm also hosting sprints for Ribsat. I did host yesterday morning as well, 10 to 2. So I don't know like how long I'll do it for today, like maybe like roughly the same. But I just hosted my first sprint and it's literally just finishing now. So I'm going to head off now so I can like post another sprint pretty soon. And I can start getting these boxes done. Hello, so it's like 1:40 and I'm still sorting the books. Like, this is literally taking so long. So I have emptied 3 bookshelves and I've moved a shelf over. I also had to clean some shelves because unfortunately where it had been raining and frosty and any sort of like damp or wetness, where I put like the 2 stack bookshelves, basically the weather kind of got to them, so I've removed them from over here. They literally, one was behind here and then the other one was just sitting on top of here. So unfortunately they got a bit moldy, so I had to clean them. They're currently, actually all 3 of them are in here, so I had to empty all 3 of those as well, because there was one on top of this one, the one behind here and the one behind here. So I've actually boxed quite a few books today, like the whole of this bookshelf, including the small shelf, the blue shelf at the back, this one at the back, and the little 2 shelf on top of that, and the 2 shelf here. I've been like sitting in here like trying to think of like, where am I going to put these boxes of books? Like, this is crazy. Like, where am I actually going to put them? Like, this big shelf is just so in the way. So yes, I'm a bit stumped on what to do there. It's a bit of a crazy one, trying to think of what to do, but I will figure it out. I had some unfortunate run-ins with a few little spiders in here. Luckily I haven't come across any big ones, touch wood. I don't want to come across any of them, no way. Oh, it just makes me shiver. It's really cold today though, like the sun is shining but it's really cold. The weather's still nice though. I was contemplating whether I'd do I just empty the shelf so I can like access that shelf through a box, but I quite like them being in that shelf, and I did check like behind them, and because this one's made of like strong wood, this one's pretty alright like behind it, and I can't move it anyway, it's just too heavy. But that one unfortunately is against the wall, but hopefully pretty soon I'll be looking into like getting a new one anyway, so then I can like unbox this shelf and then put the boxes against the walls sort of thing, and then they wouldn't really get too badly wet, if that makes sense. So yeah, I've done that today. Yeah, unfortunately the weather just comes through. You'll see this dark line here, like that is just, it's just damp, you know. The shed is so old. I hate the no books are getting possibly destroyed through the shed, you know. So for now I'll keep these books in here. If I find it does get like a lot worse, then you know. But you know, here's an updated tour of the Bookshed. So obviously all over here are shelves. So there's a shelf behind there, there's a shelf here, there's 3 2-stack shelves inside this one, there's a blue shelf at the back, you can probably still see the top there, and then we've got this 3-tier one here. I've just put a box of books on top of there for now. I probably won't put any more because I don't want any strain on the middle shelf or the top shelf of this one, and I've just put another box down here for now. So I'm thinking I'm going to like stack some books here and like possibly stack some boxes there. I will just have to like take a picture of the front of this shelf and like take note of what I've got here, so that if I do want something moved down, I'm just going to have to do what I did in the garage and move the boxes to get to them. My throat's, oh, it's really bad. I'm going to get some lunch in a second actually. I need to get something to eat. So I am like putting everything back in now, and I'm going to take some things into the house anyway, like the soft boxes. So yes, I'm going to start to be pretty good about things like that. But yeah, I feel good that I've managed to do this now. There's like no like empty boxes. There's like one empty box, but like that's perfectly fine having that empty box there for now. I can just sort of like keep that to one side. I'll just put some blankets in the wash that were in here, so they'll get nice and washed. I'll probably wash a couple of the cushions as well, just because, you know, where it's been, you know, damp and frosty, so I don't want any mould happening. And you know, my good old Aero 360 in here has managed to catch loads and loads and loads of like damp and stuff. I also attacked this place with the Hoover, so you know, it's hence why this shelf isn't really dusty. I've had a good dust and Hoover today and didn't come across much, which is pretty good. They're probably hiding behind this massive shelf and shelves over here. So yeah, the tour. This is like my hardbacks shelf. We've got like my Cassandra Clare books right here, and yeah, some more hardbacks, and then we've got some series on the bottom, some series and series of paperbacks. So these, I think they're like mostly my series of hardbacks, to be honest, but there will be some standalones as well, because hardbacks are hardbacks. And yeah, so I attacked the place also with some spooder spray of like peppermint, and one spider came running out. It was only a little one, and I was like, get out of my shed, you. So yeah, so I had a good Hoover and a dust, hoping that it goes alright. So yeah, so over here we've got some graphic novels. This white shelf here got some graphic novels, and yeah, I feel like I can see something trying to grow through the shed, but I don't know. Yeah, so graphic novels, and then some more series and series and series and series. So it's tempting to like unbox this shelf and put them in a box so I can access them, but I don't quite know just yet. Really, I just want to like unbox all these. I need to start like ordering some plastic boxes and just start like, putting them all into boxes. I'm going to try and measure the shed today as well. So yeah, okay, so shelves, big tall bookshelf which has hardbacks and series, white shelf which has graphic novels and series, adult hard books, adult hardback books, adult hardback books. This 3-stack shelf here has standalones in, I believe, like standalones and maybe some series, like mixed amongst there, but mostly standalones. And then this one here, these are all standalones and some hardbacks at the bottom. This shelf here is review books. The shelf down below here are review books. This is a mixture of standalones and series. I just haven't, like, you know, it's more of a box, I've just shoved them all in there. And then the shelf, which you may have recognised from my flat, is here. This is just singly stacked, and we've got hardbacks, we've got some paperbacks here. At the bottom I have a shelf of like books from like my first year of BookShed. So yeah, these are all singly stacked, and obviously ornaments sit on the top. And then I've got my TBR cart, which is here, currently covered because I try to keep weather and also any insects away from it, so that protects the TBR cart. And then we've got the shelf by the door. This has books before I started BookShed on, some from my first year of BookShed. These are my rereads, my little reread shelf here, and my reread shelf here. Then we've got adult books, so a mixture of all sorts, fantasy, chick flicks, you know. And then there's a shelf underneath this which I can't even access, but that's got adult books as well. And then this is like mostly like the latest books I've received, this shelf here. I normally just pop them there. So yeah, that is a tour. I'll just quickly share with you like a little overview of how it looks from this side, and like from here, and then from here. So I'm literally just going to put the boxes back in here. There's quite a lot of boxes, so I don't know where I'm going to put them. So yeah, so I'm going to pop the boxes in here, and then I'm going to head in and get some lunch. Oh man, what a day.
Hey guys, it's 9:20 on Friday, and oh my goodness, like what a day. I've been so productive sorting out that Bookshed. I feel really good about doing it though. However, this evening, I mean, I just started feeling really unwell again, so I don't know if like doing the shed was a bad idea because of that, but yeah, I just ended up sort of getting really sneezy, and then like runny blocked nose sort of thing. My nose has been running all day anyway. I mean, it could have also been like the fact that I spent like my whole time outside, and yeah, probably not a good idea. So yeah, I'm just trying to relax now. I am feeling quite tired, so you know, if I doze off here, I doze off here. I've got my blankets anyway. I've got everything that I kind of need in here. So yeah, I've got throat lozenges. I've just taken another set of paracetamol and ibuprofen. I'm just, oh man, just don't know what's going on with me. I just feel so rough. Still waiting on my COVID-19 results as well. I found out that one of my friends who, you know, when I used to work at Allenbrook, my previous job, she has had her first vaccine, so that's really good. Fingers crossed it's like heading my way. I mean, she's still alive, so that's a plus. Me and Aaron have had voiced concerns about this vaccine. Aaron doesn't really believe in it, and he doesn't trust anything really, especially the virus in general. So because of it, he doesn't really want to have the vaccine, so we did have a little sort of dispute over it, and it's difficult really because like Aaron was saying, like, you know, it could like affect
your health, it could, you know, affect like infertility, like so many things that they don't really know yet and haven't really proved yet. And he is like totally right, really. Like the more and more I thought about it, I'm like, he is right, like this is scary. But at the same time, like, you know, if we have this vaccine, then it could help us to get back to normal again. So we've never ever had anything like this before, so it's like, what do you do? Also, if I don't have the vaccine, then like my nan probably won't see me, and like I don't know what would happen at work. I probably would have to be somehow quarantined at work or something. I don't really know, because I work with vulnerable adults, so I don't really know. Really, I'm really torn between this vaccine. You know, part of me is a little bit scared of it. I don't really know what to think about it. But yeah, I just don't know. I was looking at summer houses today because I measured the shed out there. The shed out there is, the whole length of it is 12 and the width of it is 6, so it's a 12 by 6. So realistically, I could keep the length, but I could just extend the width of it. So I was measuring like where I could like measure to. So like a 12 by 10 would be like the most I could get. 12 by 8 is still pretty good, but if I could get a 12 by 10, which also includes a veranda, it'd be brilliant. So I found this website where you can design your own summer house. However, if I want to have everything part of this summer house, if I want to have, you know, insulated walls and insulated flooring and an insulated roof and a heater, basically kind of what I want it to be, as well as a veranda so I can sit out there, it's going to cost around, I think it was £12,000, £12,500 possibly. So yeah, it was either 12 or 14. I literally can't remember. I know it was quite a lot. So I'm just like, oh man. I mean, I can do it. I can save up for it. That's, you know, that's fine. You know, it will take me it will take me so long. And now that I know what I want to get, I should save for it, you know. So, you know, I've spent loads of money on the garden anyway, and garden tools and that, because nobody was selling them because of COVID. So I had to buy them brand new, although my nan did give me one of her watering cans and a rake and a spade. So, you know, I've got those, as well as a garden bag. So my nan's definitely helped, for sure, with that sort of thing. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I've spent some money on some seeds, which I can obviously sow in the spring, so you know the garden will be the next project for me to do. Need to try and sort out the branches of the trees out there though. I need to, like, I don't know, somehow just get rid of them, like by chopping them really small or something like that and throwing them in a bag. And I don't know, if only I had a fire, I could just burn them all, you know. Yeah, I just want to sort the garden. We've done one patch. The next, you know, I just want to do it patch by patch. I don't want to strain myself too much. So I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Might just go out there for an hour and just be a bit productive and do a bit of chopping. It would give me some fresh air. It will give me something to do. I will feel productive. I will feel really good. So, you know, that's just why I'm doing it as well. And the sooner it's done, the better, really. Reading wise, I am reading Made for You by Melissa Marr. I am on page 18. I mean, it's really interesting so far. Like, really interesting. Like, chapter 2, it was just like, the last sentence was like, I killed her or something like that. And I'm like, what? What's gone on in this book? Yeah, definitely piqued my interest. And I look forward to finding out more things. So yeah, really enjoying that. I'm reading that for the hashtag Earathon. Yesterday I was reading Geekerella for the Ribsat. I'm trying to take it in turns by reading these. If I was a really good reader, I would have read both of these by now, but I've just been so procrastinating so much lately. It probably is to do with the fact that I don't feel well and I am so restless. Like when I was doing sprints last night, I barely read, you know. I stand up, I do something, I sit down, I shuffle around, I fidget, you know. I struggle to sit down and read for like half an hour. I miss the days when I used to do that. But I just fidget so much. So yeah, I need to try and figure something out. But it probably is to do with like mood and motivation and just not feeling well at the moment. I literally feel like I've got a cold, but a really, really sore throat that is incredibly scratchy. When it proper swells up, I'm either sweltering hot or I am freezing cold. At the moment, I'm nice and warm, probably because of the ibuprofen, which helps with the chills. So I don't know if it's an infection yet, or if it's viral. The doctor said it's probably viral, but difficult to tell, and he just said wait for your COVID results. So I'm waiting for the results as well from the COVID test. So as soon as I get those through, then hopefully I can go shopping, because at the same time I don't want to have COVID. Anyways people, I will hopefully speak to you very, very soon at some point tomorrow. Hey guys, so I'm just in the bedroom. I'm setting up ready to go to bed. I've got the hiccups, so I do apologise. I have got 20 pages left of Geekerella. I was hoping I would finish it during the sprints, but I was just getting so tired and I was falling asleep, so I didn't get around to finishing it completely, which is unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. I've got with me also from Blood and Ash, because I do need to continue on with that, as it is a requirement this month, as it's the book club read for January, and also I've got an urge to continue it anyway. So I know I'm in like 2 readathons this week, a yearathon and Ribsat, and that book doesn't like go for any of them by the end of the day. If you've got to have a book that you've got to read, it takes priority. And I read Geekerella for the Ribsat. I did start Made for You for the hashtag yearathon, and the yearathon does finish tomorrow. It's the last day tomorrow for yearathon, so I don't know. I've only got until next Saturday to get this book read, and it's a monster. I do have it on audiobook though, and I really enjoyed listening to the audiobook when I did last listen to it. So I might audiobook this one as well as reading it. Hopefully I'll be able to power through it for the week. So I'm taking my course of antibiotics today, and yeah, so day 1 of antibiotics, so fingers crossed, like, you know, tomorrow as well it will kick in. So Aaron is off work tomorrow, so we're gonna at some point do some gardening, whether it's the morning, whether it's, you know, the afternoon. We'll do a bit of gardening, weather permitted of course, if it's not raining. If it is raining, then I'll just like, don't worry, we'll do it on another day off we got together. Or at least maybe try and trim the top part of the tree at least, because it's the main thing is that it's like growing over the neighbour's garden, and that's what we don't want because it's quite embarrassing. So yeah, so we got that to do tomorrow, and yeah, so it's like nearly 1 AM. I am hella tired. I'm really proud of myself actually. I'm a super slow reader. Like, so many people could have finished the book that I was reading within those sprints, you know, but I'm just so slow, you know. I read like 20 pages a time, or 15 or 10 or whatever. Like, I just don't read like what other people read. So yeah, I'm a hell of a slow reader, but I do obtain the information a lot better, especially sometimes when I have to read the page or the paragraph like twice or 3 times until it sinks in, and then I'm like, okay, I can move on. Like, it's the only way that my brain processes it. That's why I'm quite a slow reader. But anyways, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. Before tree. After tree. I didn't know if I was going to be vlogging today, but it's Sunday and I'm not feeling particularly fantastic today. I actually woke up to find that Aaron was actually doing some gardening outside, so I got up and sorted the kittens, and then I joined him and we took down a couple of the trees, did what we were going to do. Yeah, came back in. I just feel so mentally exhausted. I feel exhausted in general. I mean, not even just because I stayed up late last night, but I don't know, like, just it could be the fact that I'm on 3 antibiotics now rather than 2 because of my throat. My throat is obviously still sore. I'm sneezing all the time, my nose is running all the time, I'm going hot and cold. I'm just fed up now. It'll be a week tomorrow that I've had this. I'm just worried that if I still have it tomorrow that I won't be allowed to go into work because of working with vulnerable people. I want to be better, and you know, I'm also losing out on money too. I'm not getting paid for sickness. So I'm feeling quite low. I'm feeling very self-critical today as well, like just about me, myself, and my channel in general. Just, it's almost like thoughts are circulating in my head of like, you know, like, Katie, you've been on Bookshed for 8 years. Why is your channel stagnated? Like, you know, some people are on for like 2 years and they have way more subscribers than you. You've been stuck on the same subscribers for about 5 years. Kind of critical voices like that circulate in my mind. And then I do start to like believe it, and I feel it's I don't know. It's probably a mixture of things really. I'm just being self-critical about that, and then I'm worried about this vaccine thing and having kids and whatever about it. I just don't really know what to think, really. It's lunchtime though, and I don't even know if I'm hungry. I think I'm a little bit hungry, but I just really don't know. I just feel so ill. Just, the weather's so nice today. Look at that weather. Look at that sky. And yet I'm here feeling like shit. Like, I know only I can make it stop. But just I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do. I'm just exhausted in all ways possible. I'm ill, I'm exhausted, and you know, because I'm stressed I'm probably going to be even more ill. Everything stresses me out. I'm upset that I'm ill for like a 2nd week in a row. Just losing out. Just feel so alone. And I know that I push people away, but I do that for a reason. Because, you know, I fear that I will say something that will upset someone. And I don't want to be someone else's burden. Everyone else has got so much of their own shit to deal with. Like, why deal with my shit as well? Like, it would just send someone over the top, you know? I don't want to do that. Everyone should just be focusing on themselves. I know that friends are there to support, but at the end of the day, who wants to deal with my shit? Not even I want to deal with my shit. I'm just having a low day. I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's a one-off or whatever. I just started feeling low last night. It just kind of hit me. I felt like an outsider again. Life is a struggle at the moment, and I know I'm not the only one. I know so many people are really suffering so badly at the moment. I keep trying to tell myself, like, you know, there's worse people off in UK that are going through stuff. But Christ almighty, the stuff I go through too. I hate it. Ironically, I need a holiday. I'm probably on a burnout from all of this. There's too much going on. When it gets too much, I do start to begin to be incredibly self-critical. And I always think about my channel all the time. I always think, what can I do to be better and stuff? But, you know, most of the time I don't have time to plan things. And I want to, like, still haven't had the chance to finish this fucking book. Got 20 pages left. I know that I can easily do it, and I will do that today, but I don't know. Bye for now, and thank you for watching. If you watched this all the way through, my god, how did you do that? I'm so sorry. All of my social media links are down below if you somehow want to follow me. But that's it for me for this vlog. Hopefully next week's vlog will be more positive. And take care of yourselves. Keep reading. Keep shining. And stay safe. And I'll see you hopefully in my next video.